This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, it's the final week of the regular season, and we have the highlights from many league title games. We'll show you rivals Ripon and Ripon Christian battling for a league title, Sonora taking on Calaveras, and the big-time matchup between two of our top-ranked teams, Andercom and Modesto Christian.
And guess what? Exciting girls hoops matchups coming up with East Union taking on Manteca. Soccer features first-round section playoff games, plus the story of the Lodi community rallying together to support one of their own. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We start tonight in Modesto. 3 teams in the Central California League come into this week with 2 league losses, all 3 in contention for a league title. The Downey Knights have won 6 of their last 7 games and are led by junior forward Lloyd French.
Turlock can clinch at least a share of the league title with a win over Downey Friday night. Daniel Malagon is averaging 15 points a game for the Bulldogs. It's the Knights hosting the Bulldogs Friday night.
Senior night for the Knights of Downey High, while Turlock looks to clinch a league title with a win Friday night. A well-guarded Jordan Lewis slings it out to the wing where Lloyd French is patiently waiting. That 3 swishes Downey up 11-9. It was back and forth in the first. Daniel Malagon to Gavin Cox to Kyle Erickson. There were 19 total three-pointers in this game, 7 in the first quarter alone, so you're about to see a ton in these highlights. That last one coming from the hands of David Jones, 18-16 Turlock after 1. The Bulldogs extend their lead a bit in the second quarters. Erickson goes in strong to the rack, bumping off a defender before laying it in. Then it's Jed Ledeen finding an open lane to the rim. Ref says too much contact, and Jed earns the and one opportunity. Before the halftime buzzer, Jamari Gonder is able to put 2 on the board for the Knights as they trail the Bulldogs by 12 at the half. Downey cuts into that deficit early in the third. Elijah Stein nabs a steal. Stein with the hook shot to make it a 10-point game, but Turlock goes off in the third quarter, especially this guy. Daniel Malagon, the step-back move is filthy, and we have to see one more Malagon 3 because he had 7 in this one. Smooth like butter. Then it's Gavin Cox putting the icing on the cake, taking the pass from Erickson and making it rip. The Bulldogs win in big fashion and are your CCAL co-champion, sharing the league title with Gregory. Malagon talks to us after the win.
The league title win means everything to our team. You know, our school hasn't won the league title since I was in 7th grade. So I mean, we worked every single day for the past 6 months, and we got it done, and it means the whole world to us right now, and we're just looking to move forward and continue to grind.
Mark Willis reporting, and we got a Joe Davidson sighting. The Sac-Bee sports writer out checking up on West Campus in Florence Saturday afternoon. Florence in the white uniforms, Roderick Doy throws a cross-court pass to Lemans. Cummings, who nails down the 3. Then it's Cummings again looking like Kobe here with the spin move, pull-up, fadeaway jumper. But West Campus takes the lead when Leo Wagner over to Caden Van Court, who throws up the fancy-looking scoop shot. Now it's Van Court's turn to pass and Wagner's turn to score. West Campus leads 10-9, make it 14-9 when Sean Cruz runs the floor and takes it himself off the glass for 2. Warriors looking good. With time winding down the first half, Florence Brandon Brown comes up with a nice block at the buzzer. Panthers trail by 5. Third quarter, and Cummings is pushing the pill for Florence as he pops in 2 more. Panthers down 4. On the steal now, Wagner takes it all the way in for the score as the senior helps extend the lead to 8. Late in the third, Florence Doy finds Cummings back in the corner, and no one puts Cummings in the corner. His 3 ball's wet, and it's a 5-point game. Nice teamwork here as Cruz to Van Court, down to Wagner, who glides his way to the cup. Warriors up 38-30. More good ball movement as Nate Brenner down to Wagner. He scores it once again. And the final touch comes here as Aiden Van Bryan scores over 2 defenders, and the West Campus Warriors go on to win by 10, claiming outright the Greater Sacramento League title, and will now wait to see where they get to play next in the D4 playoffs.
This group of guys just really trusts each other and loves each other. It's really dedicated to practice. We've been playing together for a few years. During quarantine, we would always play at the park together. You know, we really just built a relationship up over the years, and that's why we play so well together.
Parker Ream here at Vista Del Lago. Both the Eagles and Christian Brothers finished the regular season with 2 games against each other, so the winner of this game clinches a share of the league title. First quarter, Sophia Lindahl takes it, drives in, and finishes through the contact, gets the bucket and the foul as the Eagles jump ahead 16-5 after 1. Second quarter, Ella Screenars dishes it. Good ball movement to Lene Jakubika in the corner, and she buries it. They keep it going. Sophia gets the steal up ahead to Lene, and the heads-up pass to Ella for a wide-open lay-in. The Eagles were rolling, and the Eagles' leading scorer, Kira Sadler, didn't really get in on the action until this 3-ball swish, and Vista is up by 20 points, but that's when CB turned on the intensity. Jada Hunter, the board and dish to Leah Nelson, who drives in the finish high off the backboard and in. Then it was time for Jada to get hers, the Euro step and sweet finish. Hold on a second. Here come the Falcons, but the Eagles couldn't be kept down. Alexa Moore, the pass inside to Charlize Kai, and that ball eventually decided it wanted to drop. Vista led by 14 at the half. Third quarter, Jada driving in again, the layup falling to the ground. Then later in the third, Kaya Foster wants in on the scoring. She gets it on the wing, stops and pops, and Christian Brothers within 11. But Vista Del Lago was just too strong Thursday night. In the fourth, Ella, the hesitation and the easy score. Then it's Sophia Lindahl taking it coast to coast and finishing over the defender for the tough bucket as Vista Del Lago coasts to the victory and clinches a share of the league title.
I think we're pretty skilled as a team. We just trust each other, pass each other the ball, we can make our buckets, and we're just really aggressive overall, I'd say.
Luca Lindo saying hello this Thursday night from Vista Del Lago High School as they get ready to kick off first round of playoffs against Oakdale. This pass comes from midfield to Will Wong, gets tackled, and Vista Del Lago will get a PK. Bryce Panda will be the one to kick it, and he boots it to the right side of the net for a goal. It's a quick 1-0 lead. Oakdale looking to answer back. This one's controlled and kicked out of the air by Omar Aguilar, but there to make the save is Jacob Grandos to keep it a 1-0 game. This ball coming from midfield again is headed to Eli Zachney, but it misses just right, and Vincent Peterson able to jump and knock it down. Kareem Ba on a breakaway with no one around him. He's able to kick it to the left of the goalie, and it rolls in to extend their lead to 2. Bryce Pando taking another PK, but there to grab it is Vincent Peterson with a can't fool me twice kind of attitude. This free kick to Joel Gonzalez misses just left of the net, which leaves Oakdale scoreless. Vista Del Lago wins 2-0 and advances to round 2 of playoffs.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. Our first Player of the Week is Nathan Schnell from Vacaville. The Bulldogs pulled off an impressive win over league opponent Rodriguez last week. Nathan scored 25 points and was a big presence down low on both the offense and defensive sides. The Bulldogs beat the Mustangs to maintain sole possession of second place in the MEL.
Our second Player of the Week is Zoe Tillery from Laguna Creek. The Cardinals won a very important game with McClatchy Friday night, pulling into a first-place tie with the Lions for the league lead. Zoe scored 26 points, landing 3 three-pointers and getting 4 steals. Zoe Tillery and Nathan Schnell are this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's Dr. Stephen Weiss with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Most people who play a contact sport, particularly football, have experienced a stinger or burner at some point. This is also referred to as dead arm syndrome. Getting a stinger puts you at a 3-time risk for having another one in the future. Stingers are most commonly caused by a direct blow to the shoulder or head, which causes stretching of the nerves. It usually presents as temporary tingling or numbness in the arm, but can also present with weakness, usually in the muscles of your shoulder or your bicep. Symptoms usually resolve within a couple of minutes, but can last much longer. You can return to play as soon as symptoms have completely gone away and you have full strength and normal range of motion.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game. It's the battle between our top 2 ranked teams, Intercom and Modesto Christian. You won't want to miss it.
Then the girls from Bear River and Colfax meet on the hardwood. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Junk sleep is a slippery slope, America. Joanne here hasn't slept in weeks. Lousy bed.
You're right. I should quit my job.
Not a good choice, Joanne. Oh, look. Now she's making friends. This should go well.
Fill the bag now!
Don't let junk sleep lead you to a life of crime. Go see the sleep experts at Mattress Firm. They train over 200 hours to find the perfect mattress for you. Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studios here at Levi's Stadium. Up next, we have the highly anticipated matchup with the top two teams in the section. The Modesto Christian Crusaders come into this week 22-3 on the season, and the top team sitting at the top of our top 10 boys rankings.
The Inderkum Tigers will look to take over as the #1 team in the section with a win over the Crusaders Saturday night. The game is our first Sun Power Electric game. Brian Mueller was there.
Game. Robert and Aubrey, they saved one of the best regular season matchups for last as Modesto Christian hosts Inderkum in our Sun Power Electric game. Now, if you add up these two teams' wins and losses, you come out with a record of 45-5. The visiting Tigers are without their leading scorer, Derek Claxton, out with a sprained ankle, so they're going to need guys like Jalen Glenn to step up in his absence. Meanwhile, the Crusaders counter with Jamari Phillips and his nearly 24 points a game. Ironically, our Sun Power Electric game begins with a blackout, but there would be plenty of highlights from this one in a possible D1 playoff preview. First quarter, Alex Argender finds Zeke Davis for 3, MC up 13-9, but the Tigers would claw their way back at the end of the quarter. Logan Steuben puts back the miss, and Inderkum now has a 1-point lead. Phillips answering in the final seconds of the quarter. The 3 ties it at 19. To the second now, and Phillips stays hot, shoots this one from Ripon and nails it, and the Crusaders take the lead. But Inderkum hanging around. Isaiah Chandavong just takes the ball away, up ahead to Glenn, and he lays it in to cut the lead down to 1. More gritty D from Inderkum. Jermaine Halliburton steals it, and Glenn is cleared for takeoff. The one-handed oop on the alley, and the Tigers are on top. We head to the half of an entertaining game that had even the youngest fans on the edge of their laps. Third quarter, Phillips driving right into the Tigers' den and somehow gets it to go. MC up 5. Then later in the quarter, Prince Osea pumping everyone up with the slam. The Crusaders up 8 near the end of the quarter. But it just sets the stage for another Inder comeback. Tigers down by just 1 when Halliburton gets another steal. Finishes plus the foul. Tigers again with the lead. Then a big turning point in the fourth. Chandavong gets the basket and the foul. Inderkum up a point, and it's also Phillips' 5th foul, so he is done for the day. And the Tigers take advantage. Teon Indalecio to Chandavong hits the jumper to give Inderkum a 6-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Then Glenn puts this game away with a 3. Tigers up 9 with 2:30 to play, and Inderkum wins it 82-74. Glenn with a game-high 34.
The bench came out and did what they did, and they kept our energy up, so we kept going hard. We never gave up.
Out to Bear River as they took on Colfax. Winner takes home the Pioneer Valley League banner. It was tough defense out of the gate for both teams, but Bear River strikes first. Julia Pacente with a 3-pointer. Then Colfax would answer back as Kaya Diedrichs pushing the pace and goes all the way to the goal. 6-5 Falcons late in the first quarter. Bear River down 3 near the end of the first, but Heaven Lafata finds Pacente for the hoop. Bruins down 1 after 1. Diedrichs for Colfax is off and running again as she glides in for the score, 13-10 Falcons. When Lafata for Bear River drops this, Jay, it's a 4-point game. Kaylee Vieira with the assist. Kaylee picks up another assist here when she finds Jordan Foster at the top of the key for 3. It's now 23-20 Falcons. Colfax takes a 5-point halftime lead when Juliet James gets in there and gets the ball and puts it back in. Third quarter now. Colfax is off and running once again. James to Diedrichs, who pushes the ball up to Macy Hyman, who scores off the glass. Falcons by 9. Bear River, Sarah Desart finds Pacente in the corner. She nails the 3. Julia had a team-high 13 points in the game. Hyman counters that 3 with a 3 of her own. 51-38 Falcons by 13. On the inbounds play, Gabriella Bittner finds the freshman James on the block. James with 16 on the night. Can Colfax give Bear River its second loss of the season? Yes, they can. Diedrichs with the steal, takes it all the way for 2 of her 14 points on the night, and that would do it. Colfax is your Pioneer Valley League champs. Macy Hyman spoke with us after the game.
Feeling really good after losing to like a silly game against Marysville. It was really good to come and beat Bear River twice. We didn't want to lose league, and it was a really good team win.
Parker Ream-out at Roseville for the opening round of the D2 SJS Girls Soccer Playoffs. Rio Americano taking on the Tigers. First half, Rio had some chances. The ball batted around and finds Jennifer Mary for the shot, but not enough juice as Isabella Dwink gets underneath it. We're still scoreless. The Raiders stayed on the attack early. Casey Renga cuts to the middle and takes a shot on goal, but Isabella right there again. Those saves would pay off because in the 18th minute, Roseville broke through. Danny Gibanescu gets a foot on it, but a kick from a Rose. Lauren Rose, to be exact, puts Roseville up 1-0 at the half. Second half, Rio Americano with a free kick on the Roseville half. Mary sends it in, and the tip by Olivia Loomis just sneaks past the keeper, and we're knotted up at 1 apiece. But 2 minutes later, in the 46th minute, Grace Eldridge on the counterattack by herself, and an absolute rocket over the goalkeeper for the go-ahead goal. Rio would try to get an equalizer, though. Samantha Selch on the break fires a shot, but it's off the football post, and Roseville hangs on. They'll play the 1-seed Granite Bay Grizzlies on Wednesday.
Coming up, Ripon looks to hand rival Ripon Christian its first league loss.
Then the story of the Lodi basketball community rallying together for a super cause. But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section girls basketball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports as we head now to Ripon Christian High School, where the Knights come into this week 10-0 in league. Eli Terpsma is averaging nearly 17 points a game. The Knights with a shot at clinching the Trans Valley League title Wednesday, but they would need a win over rival Ripon.
The Ripon Indians are 8-2 in league. Logan Gillespie leads the team with 13 points a game. 2 games left to play. Ripon looking to stay in the league title contention with a win over Ripon Christian Wednesday night.
Nick Pecoraro in the 209 Wednesday for senior night. Ripon at Ripon Christian. The Knights entered winners of 11 straight, but this is a rivalry game, and these two schools are separated by essentially a couple of yardsticks. First quarter, Bronson Burrow gets things going for the Tribe, and then it's Anthony Saucedo feeding Nolan Young down court for the easy 2. And more Ripon. Landon Gillespie with the effort play here. He sets up Young, and Ripon goes on a 23-2 run to start the game. But hey, don't sleep on the Knights just yet. They'd be okay in the second quarter. And so would she. Junior Eli Terpsma finally stops the bleeding with this three-pointer. And then teammate Griffin Diabru cashes in from the corner to help Ripon Christian close the half on a 10-0 run. But Ripon began the third quarter much the way they did the first. Second chance points here from Nolan Young. He had 13 on Wednesday, and then the 3 ball starts to fall for the Tribe. Burrow just buries one here for 3 of his team-high 16 points. Then Ty Herron hits a pair of his own to extend the Indians' lead to 25 entering the fourth quarter. Terpsma tries willing his team back into this one. He had 18 on Wednesday, but it wasn't enough. Ripon halts Ripon Christian's 11-game win streak and drops the first TVL loss on the Knights with a bit of a statement win against their next-door neighbors. Tell us more about it, Bronson Burrow.
It just feels extra good, knowing that we're right down maybe half a mile down the street. So, it's good to come out here and win. We can only do so much. We can only control, our games, and we did that tonight. So, we're going to go into the playoffs and start the whole new season and try to get as far as we can.
Every week we bring you stories of athletes who inspire us.
Our sports reporter Parker Ream shows us the story of how a simple message inspired an entire basketball community.
It's a world that revolves around basketball. Both Hayden Moreno and his younger brother Connor play on the varsity Lodi basketball team, with the youngest Moreno member possibly next in line.
He grew up in a basketball court, literally, took his first steps in a basketball court, watching his older brothers at practice, and it's just become such an important part.
But much like the superheroes he idolizes, AJ carved his own path.
Truly, he's the one that leads by example, his perseverance, his strength. So we watch him, and we all go as he goes.
Because not everyone is meant to make a difference, but for AJ, the choice to lead an ordinary life was no longer an option.
Just right then and there, I kind of broke down.
Life really just pivoted for us at that moment.
On October 29th, 2021, AJ was transported to the emergency room.
When they came out, they said, why don't one of you wait in the waiting room with AJ and we'll take you back one at a time. And that was really kind of a moment when I'm like, something is really off.
That intuition sadly proved to be true when the Morenos learned that the doctors found a cancerous tumor known as Wilms tumor on AJ's kidney.
And you hear that C word, and I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah, a bit of a fire drill. It hits you quick. You really don't have time to kind of process things and wrap your mind around it. So I think a lot of us try to sympathize with those who have dealt with cancer, lived with cancer. In the mountain that those people faced, I never appreciated enough. Every emotion of you wants to come out and smash. I think of the Hulk.
But that's not what superheroes do, because you hope for the best and make do with what you get.
Good job. On Friday, 2 days after surgery, he said he couldn't get out of bed yet. And he said, what do I need to do to get home? Tell me what I have to do. And so we made a list for him, and he said, can I do that all today?
Show this to your brothers. You're walking around.
The thought of seeing his brothers again helped AJ through the pain.
They're just like home, the best medicine for AJ.
Practicing on his Nerf hoop to be ready to play with his brothers at home. After returning home, the Morenos signaled for help. For the Lodi community, it served as a symbol of hope. But for the Moreno family, this simple message holds super significance.
It means that's like a superhero name.
It means that AJ's going all the way. We're not stopping short of anything. We're not in this for just a little bit. We're going all the way to the finish line. Like, AJ's going to beat this. AJ's going to go all the way.
That Kryptonian or Lodinian symbol of hope spread throughout the community.
That took off like wildfire. And again, the community just...
It's hard to put into words because of how amazing the community is, how they've stepped up. It just shows how much AJ impacts their lives.
Because it's not who AJ is underneath the shirt, it's what he does that defines him. And he's done a lot. AJ All the Way has raised money and even partnered with Lodi Basketball during their Go for the Goal night to raise money toward pediatric cancer research.
It makes it a lot easier on the whole situation because I got my brothers. I know my brothers have my back, and I say brothers as in the kids on my team. I find all of them as brothers to me.
To know that AJ is just part of something good like that, out of something that was so terrible, it just gives us a lot of hope.
Sounds like a superhero to me. What do you think makes a superhero a superhero?
You have to go through all of your chemo and stuff.
Whether it's going through chemo, shooting some hoops, or watching a community unite through basketball, it's clear that AJ has a great power to inspire.
He's supposed to be learning from me. I've learned just so many different things from him.
Because with great power comes great responsibility.
I have to do a lot of things before I get my superpower.
That, I'm sure, is well on AJ's way. Reporting in Lodi, Parker Ream, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
AJ has 5 more rounds of chemo and another scan that hopefully will say he is cancer-free, but we know the Lodi community has got his back no matter what.
Yeah, and his great family support. All right, coming up, our Mattress Firm Perfect Match, East Union looking to clinch the Valley Oak title over league rival Manteca.
Then Gregory travels north to take on Lincoln of Stockton. But first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the dance team from Kimball High School.
When the lights go up and the crowd starts to cheer, you know you've just scored a winning deal. Tracy Toyota has all the deals to make you feel like the winning team. Get 2.99% APR for 6 years on a new Toyota RAV4 during the President's Day sales event. Don't fumble this opportunity to save. Visit Tracy Toyota now. We take the stress away at Tracy Toyota. Exit Nagley Road off Freeway 205 or at tracytoyota.com. With you all the way.
We've got a problem, America. Junk sleep is what you get from a bed that isn't right for you. Keep calling Kevin Keith. Junk sleep. Left your laptop on the bus? Junk sleep. Can't straight think? Slunk Jeep. What you need is real sleep. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, did you get out of the wrong side of bed this morning? Or the wrong bed altogether? Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Heading now to Manteca, where the East Union girls team is just 1 win away from clinching the Valley Oak League title. Lonnie Taunga is having a great junior season as the Lancers get set to face crosstown rival Manteca.
Yeah, and the Buffaloes feature 5'7" junior Marcelina Chaparro. The last time these two teams met, the game came down to the wire. Each week we scour the section for the perfect match. Just like Mattress Firm wants you to find a mattress that is your perfect match, this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match is the battle between Manteca and East Union.
Senior night at East Union, the Lancers can clinch the outright title with a win, but crosstown rival Manteca looking to play spoiler. The Buffs jump out to a 7-0 lead early. Michaela Kakala to Ariel De La O from distance. Manteca keeps EU off the board until the 2.5-minute mark. That's when Lonnie Taunga hits the defender with a crossover and nails the 3-point basket. EU is able to take the lead just before the start of the second quarter. Lonnie to her sister Ala, who finds Taylor Snare on the far side in 3-point range. 11-7 EU after 1. Manteca now facing a 9-point deficit when Haley Kent delivers some nasty moves in the paint and makes the short J. Final minute of the first half. It's Izzy Sanchez slinging it up ahead to Cameron Janilla. Cameron laying it in, but EU leads it by 6 at the half. Snare following her shot, gets her own rebound and the putback. Manteca keeping this game close. Marcelina Chaparro knocks the ball loose, gets the steal, then Marcy takes it back the other way, landing the basket and drawing the foul, but the Lancers never giving up their lead. Lonnie Taunga, a game-high 24 points for the junior. That was a very, very long two. Both Lonnie and Taylor Snare responsible for all but 2 of the Lancer baskets from the field as Taylor finishes off the highlights with the steal and score. 50-43 the final. EU taking home the league championship with an 11-1 league record. And these are your Valley Oak League champions, the East Union Lancers. We're talking to Lonnie Taunga first. Lonnie, you had a fantastic game. This was a rivalry game. Kind of talk about what went right tonight.
We really just slowed the ball down. We picked up our defense and yeah.
Played as a team. What makes this team so special?
We kind of grew up together, so like we knew how our game was, so our chemistry was very strong.
All right, we're going to talk to your sister next, Ala. This is our senior here we're talking to. You know, what does it mean for your senior year to come away and walk away with a league title?
Really happy walking out as a senior with a VOL, and yeah.
What does it mean to have your sister next to you?
I mean a lot to have my sister next to me.
Does she push you?
Yeah, she was, and I push her sometimes too. So we kind of push each other.
All right, lastly, we're talking to Taylor Snare. Taylor, what is this team's goals come postseason?
Our goals are to get better as a team. You know, we've been growing each game. Last time we played Manteca, we didn't play our best game. You know, this time, I don't think we played our best game. I think just moving forward, we just get better and better and keep growing as a team together. So.
All right, thanks, Taylor. All right, I'm going to let these guys go celebrate. These are the East Union Lancers. Girls, take us out.
Down to Stockton we go as Gregoria Modesto traveled up to play Lincoln of Stockton. I'm Mark Willis. Early on, Lincoln's Andre Warren finds Devin Holbert behind the arc. 3 balls good, 9-2 Trojans. Gregoria makes it a 1-point game when Kobe Nunez with a quick pass to Ray Wiggins, who finishes the play. Off the miss, Lincoln's running now, and Miles Bird is leading the pack using his patent cradle with the ball. He rocks the baby to sleep. Trojans lead by 7. Moments later, Holbert drives, then lobs it up to Miles, who washes it down with a dip. Pretty tough to stop. Then Bird and the Trojans go up 23-15 when he chases down the ball and races back and throws it down. Gregoria still hanging around as Nunez to Wiggins over to Donovan Langorica. Corner 3's good. Jags down 7. Check out Don's Lindsay with the nice pass down low to Daniel Watt. Good move, and he scores at Lincoln by 18. Probably the most impressive dunk play from Holbert, and Bird comes on this one. Handed alley to Bird's oop, 45-27 at the break. Third quarter, there's no quitting the Trojans. Taylor Bryant Frey off the dribble and off the glass for 2 more. And Kyle Monk of the Jags with the steal and the explosiveness to the hoop. He lays it in for Gregory. The quick lob from Braden Lovato to Andre Warren on the inbounds play works perfectly. Do you know how to finger roll? Ruben Montes of Gregory knows how to finger roll. He had a team-high 11 points. To cap it off one more time, Lincoln has a dunk, but this one's from Anthony Moore, not Bird. If you want to see all of Bird's dunks, check out the Instagram page right now. Lincoln goes on to win big and is ready for the postseason.
Luca Lindo reporting from Union Mine High School as players rally together to get ready to tip off against Liberty Ranch Tuesday night. Union Mine getting things started with a quick 3-pointer from Mason Motshed. Be ready to hear his name a lot tonight. Liberty Ranch answering right back with a 3-pointer of their own, delivered from their sharpshooter, Logan McCreary. Motshed with the pass to his teammate Nate DeVille, who catch and shoots and knocks down the 3-pointer, giving Union Mine a 6-point lead. The commander of this offense, Mason Motshed, with a step-back shot from beyond the arc, making it look easy. Liberty Ranch answering back quickly with a 3 from Nate Nelson that ties it up at 13. These two teams just exchanging threes. Who else but Mason Motshed finding ways to score, this time driving in and underhanding it to the hoop. And here he goes again, switching between hands and laying it in off the glass for 2. Union Diamondbacks going on a run, now leading by 11. Drew Fisher with the pass to their shooter, Yusuf Diab, who puts it up and knocks it down, closing the gap in the score. Union Mine not backing down just yet, and neither is Mason, who delivers a beautiful opposite hand layup to keep their lead alive. Liberty looking to get on top for the first time in this game, and they get closer as this 3-pointer from Logan McCreary finds the bottom of the hoop. Do I still even need to say his name? I will anyway. Mason Motshed with the reverse layup and the and one. He's been making plays like this all night long, but Liberty's starting to smell a comeback. Cody Smith gets physical and forces the reverse layup to fall through the hoop. They are now ahead by 2. Cody Smith again getting to the basket, sends his layup high, but it still manages to go. Liberty pulls off the 12-point comeback to win 64-59.
Coming up, an exciting non-league girls matchup between Vanden and Lincoln of Stockton.
Then it's undefeated West Campus taking on Valley in girls hoops. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be back in a moment.
2 of our top-ranked girls teams meeting Monday night in a late-season non-league matchup. The Vanden Vikings come into the week riding a 9-game winning streak. Junior Alyssa Jackson is averaging nearly 20 points a game as the Lady Vikes travel to Stockton to take on Lincoln.
Yeah, and the Trojans have a very strong senior in Janae Mahan. Lincoln looking for a win over a very talented Vanden squad Monday night.
Lincoln's cheer team getting a front row seat to see two of the best area teams going at it, Vanden and Lincoln. First quarter, Lincoln's Faith Shelton with a sweet pass to the back door, cutting Amaya Griffin with a reverse finish, 9-3 Trojans. Vanden's Janiyah Cresswell makes it a 2-point game with this pull-up. With time winding down the first quarter, Janiyah Mahan of Lincoln lets it fly from deep. Off the backboard and in, beating the buzzer, and Lincoln is up 7 after 1. Vanden is still hanging around as Cresswell drains this long three-pointer. Lady Vikes down 6. Watch this play as Griffin goes out of bounds to save the ball to Eliza Navy, who goes glass for the score. Late in the second quarter, Alyssa Jackson drives and kicks it out to Cresswell, whose three-pointer is good. Vanden trails by 3 at the half. Third quarter we go. Mahan down to the Air Force-bound senior Faith Shelton. Nice move, and she scores it off glass for Lincoln. Then the 6'3" forward can handle the pill too, as no one stops her, so Shelton keeps on going and scores it with one hand. Lay-in. Nice play. Trojans up 10. Then Mahan having some fun as she uses the screen, goes hard to the hoop, little body, and makes the play. 39-29 Lincoln. But here comes Vanden as Kiani Roberts up the floor to Alyssa Jackson, who scores it, and the Lady Vikes are down 7. Then Jackson and Roberts switch roles as Alyssa does the passing and Roberts does the scoring. 3-ball good, and it's a 2-point game. We're all tied up at 43 until Kalani Holloway for Vanden throws it into the ocean. It's good. Vanden up 46-43. And the star of the night, Alyssa Jackson, comes up clutch in the second half as her runner falls, and that would do it. Jackson's 22 points is just enough to get past Lincoln. We caught up with the star after the game.
I think that we all just dug deep because we were all tired. It's Monday, no practice yesterday, so we all had to dig deep and find it within ourselves and each other.
Sam Berg coming to you from West Campus High School as the Warriors hosted the Valley Vikings for some Monday night hoops. And the Warriors would get off to an early lead. Leilani Edinburgh drives to the hoop and lays it in there for the early score. But the Vikings were looking to answer back. Trinity Tao drives in and floats this shot over the defense and finds the hoop after a couple bounces for 2 points. But the Warriors were looking to preserve their lead. Freshman Isa Atsuji steps back from behind the line and swishes that one from downtown, looking more like a senior with that shot. And the Vikings were looking to respond. Nairi Moore receives this pass under the hoop and lands the bucket and one to finish off the first half. Now on to the second half, and the Warriors were picking up right where they left off. Madison Chow gets the pass from cross court and banks it off the glass for a pair of points. But the Vikings were looking to get right back in it. Nia Winter gets the pass and puts this one up off the glass for the bucket. But the momentum was all on the Warriors' side. Atsuji nabs the rebound and puts it back up for the 2-pointer. The Vikings were not about to go down easily as Destiny Nichols drives to the basket and hits the layup as she draws the foul for the 3-point opportunity. But the Warriors were going full pedal to the metal. Chow steps to her left, puts up the long jumper, and bang! 3-pointer for the Warriors. Chow would end the night with 11 points. The Vikings were not giving up yet as Nichols drives to the hoop and lands the layup over the defense. But the Warriors were looking for the dagger, and they got it. Chow blocks a pass as Jackie Rojas shoots it out to Atsuji cross court, and she lays in the breakaway 2-pointer for the win Monday night. The Warriors remain undefeated on the season with a final score of 46-16.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Mary Carter from Antelope. Mary averaging nearly 24 points a game on the court, and in the classroom, Mary sports a 4.0 grade point average.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, the Sonora Wildcats looking to clinch a league title against Calaveras.
Then it's Folsom and Oak Ridge girls, but first, here's this week's Cal Hope mental health tip.
Improve your mood during the pandemic by keeping in touch with your friends and family. Chatting on the phone or texting someone you care about can really help. Seek out people who can lift your spirits or make you laugh, because while we're physically separated, we can still be socially connected.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months, a year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Dreaming while awake? Junk sleep. Don't let junk sleep mess with your head.
Welcome to Mattress Firm.
During Mattress Firm's President's Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen, or a queen for a twin. plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase.
Just go ahead and lift you on up.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm, unjunk your sleep.
The Sonora Wildcats have lost just one game all season. The Cats 24-1 on the season, 8-0 in league play, and could clinch a Mother Lode League title with a win over Calaveras.
A 7-1 Calaveras team looking to play spoiler, needing a win over Sonora to pull into a first-place tie with the Wildcats. It's our second SunPower Electric game. Parker Ream was there.
Electric game.
It's the Mother Lode of all Mother Lode League matchups. Parker Ream at Calaveras High School for the rematch of the season between Calaveras and Sonora. We start on the Wildcats side. They've had an impressive season to this point with a record of 24-1. Their only loss came to Manteca, and they beat Calaveras exactly 2 weeks ago. Look for Callahan Hansen to continue his hot stretch. On the Calaveras side, speaking of hot stretches, let's talk about this dude, Jay Clifton. Clifton has had multiple 40-point games this season, including a school record 45. We'll see who shows up in the epic rematch between Sonora and Calaveras in this week's SunPower Electric game. So let's get right into the highlights, because there was a lot of them. In the first, Elijah Malamed was as hot as they come, gives it to Clifton, who gives it right back, and Elijah's shot is pure from the corner, but Sonora would respond. The miss from Callahan Hansen. Jacob Casaretto, though, is there to clean it up. Both teams trading blows early. The Wildcats had a slight edge, though. A balanced attack on offense as Elijah Yee dumps it down low to Jacob, but he dishes it right back to Yee for 3, and Sonora leads by 1 after 1. In the second, Sonora continued their team basketball. Ryder Faust drives in and gets the bucket plus the foul. Wildcats off and running, but don't count out Big Red. Jay Clifton drives in the nice dish to Thomas Davison for the easy layup. Then, a minute left in the first half, it's Davison out to Elijah, and probably the guy you don't want to leave open, Jay Clifton. That 3-ball is smooth like butter. Sonora led by 6 at the half. In the second half, more of the same from the Wildcats. Elijah Yee gets the pass on the wing, and he drains another 3-pointer. Sonora trying to keep the momentum. Later in the quarter, Calaveras, they storm back to tie it at 39 apiece. Callahan Hansen drives the lane, and a tough double clutch finish. Sonora back on top by 2. But back on the other end, it's Jay Clifton pulling up for mid-range to tie things up at 41 heading into the fourth quarter. In the final frame, Calaveras up 42-41. The steal by Cardenas Noah up ahead to Clifton, who finds Logan Parmley wide open down low for the bucket to go up 3. Few Sonora free throws tied it at 44. Then it's Elijah finding a cutting Cardenas for the go-ahead bucket with under 3 minutes to go. But then the answer from Sonora. Roger Alderman muscles his way down, so we're tied at 46. Fast forward, under 30 seconds to play. Big Red down 1. Malamed backs in. Braden Orlandis pops out. Can he play hero? Yes! The go-ahead bucket puts Calaveras up 49-47. A few free throws late make it 52-47 the final, and a huge win for Calaveras to gain a share of the league title.
We knew it was a big game, you know, they're #1 team in our section right now, and we knew we had it in us to win. We just had to go out and make our shots and play good defense, and that's what we did. I mean, we're going to fight till the end of the game. I mean, we'll fight till the end of the whistle, and we got some dogs on this team. We're ready to come play for playoff time.
Brian Mueller here at Oak Ridge Friday for senior night. The Trojans trying to send their seniors off as co-league champions with a win over Folsom. The Bulldogs had no intention of letting that happen. First quarter, Michaela Jackson inbounds it to Ava Rollins, who slings it right back to her, hits the 3. Bulldogs up 3 in the first. Second quarter, action. Jackson back for more, takes the contact and finishes. She would hit the free throw, and Folsom is up 14-7. But that's when the Trojans would start taking it up a notch. Lauren Marsh hits the deck for the loose ball, gets it to Ella Ray, and then along to Tegan Brown. They call her Downtown Brown for a reason. Trojans down by just 2. It's tied at 14 now, and Ava Edwards hands it off to Brown. She drives to give Oak Ridge the lead. It's a 9-0 Oak Ridge run. It's still going late in the quarter. Jessica Crano goes inside to Ray. That makes it 20-14, and all in all, a 13-0 Trojan run. The blackout Ozone crowd loving it. Third quarter, Folsom fights back. Jackson dumps it down low to Cameron Mafua, and she cuts the Oak Ridge lead down to 2 with a minute left in the quarter. Early fourth now, Folsom looking to tie, but there's Brown with the steal and lay-in on the other end. Then Oak Ridge pulling away later in the quarter. Sophia Williams to Liv Jurgensen, and she hits the baseline jumper, and behind 27 points from Tegan Brown, the Trojans win it 44-37 and are co-Sierra Foothill League champs with Folsom.
It actually feels so amazing to go out with the co-champion league banner in my senior year, so I'm really happy about that.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com. We will send you the entire game digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated on scores, news, and so much more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter, and we're really blowing up on Instagram.
We are blowing up and loving it. Coming up, league rivals Lathrop and Mountain House play with the league lead on the line.
Then it's Forest Hill and Sacramento Waldorf. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. The Lathrop Spartans come into the week 11-1 in league play, sitting on top of the Western Athletic League standings. The Spartans can clinch a league title, but will need a win over rival Mountain House.
Yeah, Mountain House is 8-2 in league play. Dexter Francis III is one of the Mustangs' top scorers. Francis and the rest of the Mustangs trying to keep their league title hopes alive with a win over Lathrop Tuesday night.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Lathrop sitting on top of the WAC standings Tuesday night. Only league loss was to Mountain House, so the Spartans looking to get a quick lead in this one. Napoleon Reeves gives it to Cameron Hayes at the elbow, and the sharpshooting guard knocks down the three. But the Mustangs put together a nice run. Isaiah Chenier with a nice backwards pass to Dexter Francis III. The Western Oregon football commit gets three there. Jalen Butler down low for the Spartans, backs up his defender, spinning free, swishing the short shot. 17-15, Mountain House leads it after one. Tied at 17 here, Isaiah White at the wing, dribbles between the legs, goes hard to the rack for two. Lathrop with the lead, but not for long as Mountain House turns around and knocks down back-to-back threes. The first from E.J. Campbell in the corner, assists coming from Chenier. The next is our very good friend, Roy Gardner Jr. from the wing. That is money. Less than a minute to go in the half, the Spartans' Cameron Jones slings it up ahead to Raymond Carson, and Raymond brings Lathrop fans to their feet with the slamma-jamma. Still a 4-point Mountain House lead. Gabriel Williams keeps it that way, getting the block. Halftime score is 34-28 Mustangs. Second half now, Francis finishing the night with a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Then it's the point guard kicking it out to Gardner, and Roy with another of his 4 threes on the night. We'll also see Roy on the baseball field in the next couple months. The Mustangs playing dominantly in the third quarter. They take an 18-point lead on the Dexter Francis steal and Orlando Sif Timmons lay-in. Cameron Jones going in strong to the rack, 4-2, but Mountain House never letting up. Noah Ursel, a nasty spin move leading to a short jumper. Mountain House improves to 9-2 in league. Lathrop drops to 11-2. Mountain House with 3 games left. Here is Dexter Francis.
We don't got one of our key players right now, so we have to make up those points. We just figure if we play pressure defense, get a lot of steals on defense, we'll win the game by a lot more. You can't judge our record. We ready for playoffs, and we coming for y'all.
Out to Fair Oaks, where the Wildfire of Forest Hill came down the hill to take on Sacramento Waldorf in a first-place showdown. The Sacramento Waldorf Waves came out hitting their first 4 shots of the game. Leo Cooper knocks down this 3 here. When Forest Hill, Caleb Byers hits this 3, the Wildfires trail by 5. Then the Waves, Cooper finds Elijah Newhouse down low. His shot falls and the foul. Sac Waldorf leads by 7. But Forest Hill was chopping down that lead. Amon Aldrich outlet pass to Jack Saxelby, who scores with the left, ties the game up at 15. Watch this sequence as Messina to Clive low for the Waves, drives in, the scoop shot falls. Sac Waldorf leads by 2, but you got to get back on D. And Cameron Cassinger pushes the pace, then over to Caleb Byers, whose 3 balls went splash. Sacramento Waldorf goes on a little run to take the half-time lead. Rocco Hansen hits this 3 and gets fouled. It's good, and a 32-24 lead at the half for the home team. But the Wildfires burn up the stat sheet in the third quarter. Jack Saxby scores that time basket at 35. When Forest Hill needed points, they went to this man. Caleb Byers totally took his team on a ride as he makes it a 1-possession game. Up one, the Waves go back down low to Newhouse, who sees that he can make a big splash, and he does. Now we're down 3. Amon Aldrich, and Forest Hill takes the defender off the dribble and scores it 50-49 with under 2 minutes to go. But with time winding down the game, Reese Rummel, and it's up and it's good. Coach Stark loves it, and Sacramento Waldorf takes the game and the league title. Rummel leads all scorers with 20.
Brian Mueller at Sierra Thursday night, where the Timberwolves were getting fired up for their first-round D3 matchup against El Capitan. First 8 minutes of the game, Adi Garza crosses, AJ Paz volleys it to Emiliano Sanchez, whose header is just off the mark. Final minute of the first half now. Garza again with the cross. Paz gets a piece of it, but Andrew Koenig with the Willie Mays save to keep it scoreless. On to the second half now. Sanchez with a free kick right outside the box. He bangs it off the post and then off Koenig, who somehow keeps us out of the net. The T-Wolves thought this was a goal, and after a protest get a card, which left them a man down for the final 25 minutes, but no matter. 15 minutes later, Emmanuel Ruiz, the free kick, and Juan Lara on the other end to head it in. Sierra with a 1-0 lead. Final minutes of the game now. The Timberwolves with another free kick. Lara kicks it high in the air into the mixer. It's loose in the box, and Paz sticks with it, tapping it to Adrian Ramirez, and he provides Sierra with some insurance, and the T-Wolves advance with a 2-0 win. They'll face Christian Brothers in the second round on Tuesday.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. It could be this play, then again, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 boys basketball poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
It's the maniac Mark Willis counting them down and then picking what he thought, and we all voted on, was the very best play in the play of the week.
We start in Stockton. Miles Bird of Lincoln. We like what you're picking up and throwing down. More from Bird later. Marcia Chaparro of Manteca stealing the ball, then goes to the hoop. She gets fouled, makes the shot. 3-point play. How about Gavin Cox of Turlock? You got to rise up, and he does. Sierra's Juan Lara, the perfect header for the goal. What a shot. Who was that? Oh, Mueller? Brian, nice job. How about Raymond Carter of Lathrop? Raymond, where have you been? Well, apparently in Lathrop. Nice job, bud. Back to Lincoln of Stockton with Devin Holbert, the lob, and Bird, the flush. But the play of the week goes to another Lincoln player. It's Janiyah Mahan at the buzzer. She gets it to go. Aubrey, tell her what she's won.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. Join us next week to meet the very special basketball player and the viral video bringing his community and the world together. We'll see you then.